Welcome back to Manosphere Daily, where we break down the wildest moments in modern relationships. Today, we're talking about a woman who asked for a divorce, and then got mad when her husband just said, okay. It's funny how some people expect a dramatic reaction, but instead, they get a man who's just done. We're going to unpack this situation and why more men are walking away without the fight. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. And don't forget to share this with your friends. Let's keep the conversation going.
After 10 years, my husband and I were on the verge of divorce. But then we got a second chance. I had finally found the courage to kick my husband, Corey, out. And I went to bed that night, terrified and relieved all at once. And then I woke up the next morning and I checked my bank account and realized he had gone to the ATM at 2 o'clock in the morning and taken all of our money except for $50. I was alone with 3 kids under the age of 5 and $50.
When I decided that I was going to tell him that I wanted a divorce, we sit down in our session. It's like really tense, really awkward. My ex was sitting there like, so why do we have an emergency session? The therapist was like, Jamie, do you want to start? And I just started crying and I was like, I want a divorce. He sat there quiet. I'm sitting next to him crying. He didn't move. He didn't look at me. He didn't react at all. He just was stone cold. And eventually our therapist was like, would you like to respond? So he responded right away and he's like, fine, let's just go ahead and finalize the details. Like I knew that I was ready to leave that day, but I couldn't believe that that was his reaction. There was no empathy. There was no compassion. There was no like wanting to fight for us, and I was like, so what are we gonna do? And he just kept playing and he was like, I already got an apartment. I already took my name off of the lease. So it was like within a couple days he moved out.
She thought she was serving him a devastating blow, but he hit her with a casual okay, and went on with his life. Now she's mad because she realized she wasn't the prize, she was just the subscription he finally cancelled. Women like this don't want a divorce. They want drama. They want the begging, the tears, the please don't leave me moment. Instead, she got a man who looked at his piece and said, yeah, I'll take that.
My wife asked for a separation, then got mad when I dated other people. We were married to each other with my 32 male, wife 32 female for 5 years. However, she told me she fell out of love with me and was looking for something different last year. So even though I tried to convince her to stay, she decided to move forward and we were separated for a little over a year. She told me she wanted to try things out again, which I was content to. We started seeing a couples counselor next week with the intent of aligning our feelings and thoughts before moving in together again. One of the questions that was asked was if I've been in another relationship during the time or any other women. Counselor told us honesty is the way to go here, so I came clean. I actually had a go-to club, get drunk, sleep around phase for a few months and slept with 13 women in total. Now she thinks we cannot get back together, but I told her we were separated and in the divorce process back then. I think it's impossible to get back together now that I talked about my dating life during our separation, but I wonder if I was an a-hole for sleeping around when we were separated.
When I want something, I get it. We used to live in upstate New York and now we live in Tennessee, and I realized that I wanted something in New York, so I told my husband that he was going to drive me to New York. So it's currently almost 7 a.m. and I just woke up. I'm feeling pretty good. And he's been driving all through the night, so I didn't have to deal with that. And now we're almost to New York, so I can get what I need. And then tomorrow we'll head back to Tennessee. Isn't he the best?
Now she's spiraling because she thought she had control, but the truth is, the moment he said okay, she lost all of it. She wanted freedom, and she got it. Now she's mad because he's actually fine without her. Classic case of overestimating your value and underestimating a man's ability to move on. She thought she was handing out heartbreak, but all she got was a man who finally clocked out of the nonsense.
That he was lying, whoopty whoop whoop, and then I asked my best friend, and he told me that they had. Yes. See, that's cheating, ain't it? No. That's right. That's cheating. Let's be real here. You a cheater, and that's it.
I didn't take my belt off. I didn't take my shoes off. My socks were still on.
I actually have a 4-year goal. My daughter's 14 years old, and 4 years she'll be 18. So she ain't gone out the house by then. So at this point, I want to retire.
I noticed that the lady, you asked her for 5-year goals, and she gave you 4, and you just started licking your lips.
Damn. That's just something that I do. Ain't no big
I felt like you salivated on her not following directions, so I felt like you were abusive because it seemed like you really got off on somebody not following directions.
Bruh.
And then I took offense to that. If you roll the tape back, you started licking your lips. She was like, I don't have 5 years, I got 4. And you liked the fact that she was gonna kick her daughter out, and
that's her situation. I was just asking a question.
you start licking your lips like it was gonna be a situation that you was gonna handle. I don't know. I just feel like you opened it for anything.
Just from me licking my lips, you got all that?
You didn't lick them at nobody else. I've been watching you. I've been paying attention, and then I even noticed, and I let it slide. You got Fashion Nova at the top, but you got church at the bottom. I wasn't gonna say nothing, and then you don't have socks on. I wasn't judging, but it was the licking the lip thing.
I got socks on, love.
Oh, I can't see it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Why you looking so hard? You supposed to be focused on us, and you all in the man's feet. It seemed like you really got off on somebody not following directions.
Bruh.
And then I took offense to that. If you roll the tape back, you started licking your lips. She was like, I don't have 5 years, I got 4. And you liked the fact that she was gonna kick her daughter out. And
That's her situation.
She wanted tears, begging, and a dramatic fight to prove how valuable she was, but instead, she got a shrug and a simple, okay. Now she's spiraling, not because he left, but because he left easily. This is what happens when someone confuses control with love. She thought she had him on a leash, but the moment she said, I want a divorce, he realized he was already free. And now, instead of celebrating her so-called independence, she's mad that he's not devastated. She doesn't miss him, she misses the attention. She wanted to be the one walking away, looking back over her shoulder while he cried.
What is on your divorce bucket list? I've had clients go on solo trips, burn their dress, new tattoos, and throw divorce parties. What are you looking forward to? Let me know in the comments.
Tomorrow is officially one of the biggest and most important days of my entire life. Tomorrow is my divorce day, and it's been a lot, to say the least. I have been doing a lot of legal documents and research in preparation for this tomorrow. This moment I have equally dreaded and looked forward to for over a year now. And the fact that it is now coming to an end officially tomorrow is mind-blowing. I cannot wait to close this chapter and to officially begin this new chapter for myself. Very exciting things happening in the near future. I am heading back to Europe very, very, very soon. And this is a big moment for me. Very, very pivotal, very scary. But I'm so impressed and proud of myself that I have been able to get through this divorce alone. And to be 25 years old and doing something of this caliber is huge. So I have a lot of self-respect and self-love for what I've been processing and going through recently. I am the youngest out of my friends to be married, and now I'm the youngest out of my friends to be divorced. So I'm going to hold that with a lot of pride.
Tomorrow's Christmas, and I'm just crying because of how hard it's been. And I feel like I'm trying to prove to myself that I can be strong this year. It's really like painful dealing with the loss of everything and simultaneously dealing with these like family reconnections that like I haven't spent Christmas with my family in 10 years maybe, I don't know. Maybe less. I don't know. And it's like all the stress and anxiety. I'm dealing with that, and also, like, not having my husband.
What?
Not having my husband.
Instead, she's the one standing there, watching him move on like she was just another chapter instead of the whole book. Now she's stuck trying to figure out how to spin the story because, I left him, but he didn't care, doesn't exactly make for a great sympathy post. The truth is, men are done playing these emotional tug-of-war games. They're no longer fighting to stay in relationships where they aren't valued. And nothing shakes a woman's ego more than realizing the man she thought she could replace just became the one that got away. And that's a wrap on today's topic. When a man no longer reacts the way they expect, the meltdown begins. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe to Manosphere Daily, and turn on notifications so you never miss the real talk. And don't keep this to yourself, share this video with your friends and help us grow this community. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.